Welcome back to Hardball and the Politics Fix. Our roundtable tonight, Roger Simon of Politico, Ed Gordon, host of Black Enterprise's Our World, and Ken Blackwell of the Family Research Council. Let's take a look at a bite from that big speech today by Barack Obama. It's talking about race.
We can pounce on some gaffe by a Hillary supporter as evidence that she's playing the race card. Or we can speculate on whether white men will all flock to John McCain in the general election, regardless of his policies. We can do that. But if we do, I can tell you that in the next election, we'll be talking about some other distraction. And then another one. And then another one. And nothing will change.
Ed Gordon, your thoughts on that very phrase?
Well, I think that he hit it on the head. If we don't deal with race in this country, nothing will change. And I think back to the O.J. Simpson debacle. I think back to Trent Lott, Gina, Louisiana, all the opportunities this country has had to talk about race. And I thought we were going to in a substantive way, and we have not. So it really is dependent not on this speech, because the speech was brilliant, but whether or not people are really willing now to talk about race in mixed company.
I like the way you said that. Ken Blackwell.
I thought he did a good job of putting to rest the issue of whether or not he embraces the fiery, race-baiting rhetoric of Reverend Jeremiah Wright. I am not sure, though, that he has done anything but slow the bleeding, because I think this is going to be a sore that his Democrat opponent is going to nibble at, and I think it's going to be a legitimate issue beyond the race question. The whole notion of liberation theology and what that means in terms of how he carries out his day-to-day responsibilities. And I will tell you right now what it means, Chris, is that he's going to be a doctrinaire, big government liberal, and that is what is going to hurt him, I think, in states like Pennsylvania and Ohio in a general, if he's so lucky as to get the nomination, which I don't think he's going to get, because I think he has guaranteed now that he won't carry Pennsylvania, that Hillary Clinton can be on a path of winning the popular vote, and she can craft a strategy that will give her an opportunity to pick off the superdelegates enough to carry the nomination. And I think the answer to Roger's question that he asked so brilliantly in his article is that, yes, the Clintons will do anything to win, and they'll cross that bridge, Roger, when they get to it, as to whether or not it's going to ruin what they did will ruin the party forever.
Roger, let me ask you about how well that speech addressed a number of audiences. One are working people who will vote in Pennsylvania and other primaries. One are the sort of cognoscenti, the big picture people, the tastemakers, if you will, who can decide whether he's facing a cataclysmic problem which will cost him the superdelegates. How well did he address both groups?
Well, let me be the skunk at the garden party on this one. So much praise has been lavished on this speech, and I think it was a good and courageous and useful speech. I think the speech had some problems. One big problem was that Senator Obama now admits he was in church and heard Reverend Wright say some controversial, if not deplorable, things. But Barack Obama never went to Reverend Wright and said, Reverend Wright, stop saying those things. This does not help race in America. This exacerbates the racial divide in America. So we learn that Senator Obama did not make the speech to Reverend Wright that he made to us today, and it would have been useful if he had. But I will say that it was a courageous speech in that this speech did really not pander to white people that much. I don't think this really helped him with white working class ethnic voters in Pennsylvania. I think he wanted to open up, Senator Obama, wanted to open up a racial dialogue, and he did so, and he should get credit for that. However, when he compares the statements of Reverend Wright to his grandmother, I was left thinking, I'll bet his grandmother never said one race invented the HIV virus to destroy the other race. I mean, you really can't compare the two. Both.
Well,